I now apparently just need two things.
Environment log and environment log?
I mean, I just need which is, no, I'm confused because I need the scented grow environment log, but I also need the defensive microbot and the void boss item.
Hmm.
So that's three things I need. All right, let's look at your tier list. All right, let's start at the bottom, obviously.
Okay, first off, I see something immediately upsetting.
What?
Meteor in F.
It deserves to be an F. Don't. If you love media and think it's so good, how come you don't pick it up all the time?
Because
Oh
I
wait, it's
never
because
see
it kills.
it.
It's because he kills you and all your teammates, and everybody hates you for it.
I don't pick it up because I get yelled at not to.
Yeah, it's a griefing tool in multiplayer.
Maybe.
What do you mean maybe?
Takes 100% damage per blast, lasting 20 seconds. Okay, so what do you think for F tier? Agree with everything? Disagree with some stuff?
Scanner is okay.
I think
It's
scanner.
trash. I'd say it's just okay.
It's not good, but I don't think
I'm down
it's
to play
F
more, but I'm
tier.
going to make a cup of tea.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I don't think it's F tier. It becomes useless. Don't get me wrong, but it has a lot of value early game.
With finding
Even early
nukes
game,
and buttons.
Aggie, the way that I tried to describe it to Will when we were talking earlier is look at the items just one tier above. Would you take any of those items over a radar scanner?
I mean, if without any other, I mean, I probably wouldn't take a volcanic egg. I don't really like volcanic egg.
I mean, yeah, but I still think that the damage and utility of a volcanic egg outweighs a radar scanner.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that like it's like this are the like it's better than them. No,
Yeah.
but
Also, these are not ranked in any specific order.
yeah, but like being able to early game just know immediately. All right, the teleporter's over there. There's like three items. There's also like 3-4 chests over there. I'm just gonna fuck exploring the rest of the stage. You could just cut all that off and just immediately go to the teleporter. That saves so much time. And then like stage 2 or 3 happens, and you pick up another thing, and like it serves its purpose. The vase though sucks. The vase deserves to be an F tier.
The vase can skip Mythics. That's the only reason I was debating on even putting it in D.
I guess.
But I decided not to because you just don't use it any other time, really.
I honestly think Stoneflux Pauldron is so bad it deserves its own tier.
I still think that Stoneflux Pauldron and Lightflux Pauldron are good on specifically Acrid.
Yeah, but other than like Acrid,
yeah,
Lightflux, maybe. That's a hard maybe. But Stoneflux, aside from like one niche build with the most flexible character in the game, it's
possibly multi as well. If you do power mode multi, he's already not really moving.
And yeah, but now you don't. You at least are moving a little bit, especially with movement speed. That starts to add up. With Stoneflux Pauldron, you don't move. You are literally a sitting duck. Yeah, you have a bunch of armor, but a bunch of armor isn't going to help you when there's 4 Elder stacked on top of you, and oh no, you're standing in 2 layers of pizza, and oh no, the grandparent is doing the sun attack, and oh no, I've died.
That's why you would need to use your dash to get out.
Yeah, and your dash now has become more shitty because your movement speed has been cut in half.
It still gives like a massive movement speed buff, and it would do the purpose that it's meant to do, which is get you out from where you are right then, and reposition you to then go back into power mode.
It's
Like again, I haven't tried it, but I'm just saying that it could be feasible to do it.
it's just movement speed is so important to this game. It's so super important that doubling your health while cutting your movements, doubling your health while most of the healing in this game is flat base and not percentage,
Mhm.
while completely halving your movement speed, it's just not worth it, like at all. Like I mean, even though you have no one-shot protection with shaped glass, you at least with a shaped glass, you heal a greater percentage of HP with a single harvester scythe than you would if you have this.
Yeah, any item that is flat healing, such as Harvester Scythe, immediately gets buffed from Shaped Glass.
Yeah.
However, any percent-based item gets buffed with Stoneflux Pauldron. And most healing items in the game are percent-based.
No.
Monster Tooth, Medkits, Cautious Slug is percent, or is it
Monst-
percent?
Cautious Slug increases your base regen.
Yeah, so Cautious Slug doesn't really get increased, but
Let
Fungus gets increased.
Bungus is
Monster Tooth gets increased.
Monster Tooth's effectiveness.
Medkit.
Monster Tooth's effectiveness goes down the further along in the run. Your main healing later on the run would be either a mix of Harvester Scythe and Leeching Seed with the occasional picking up of Monster Tooth drops. So like in that situation, most of it is still flat healing.
I still think that Medkit is very permanent in that game. If you
Medkit-
don't get one shot immediately, you survive the one hit, you then get a big burst percent HP.
I still don't think doubling your health is worth anywhere near halving your movement speed. Movement is way too powerful, way too important to just.
Again, I'm not disagreeing with you. I put it in F tier. I think it is a bad item. But I'm not saying that it's worth its own tier. I'm saying that it is one of the worst items in the game. It is stupid to do in meme fucking builds, like just full on tank builds in a game where everybody's like, in a game where everybody's talking about lower your HP, make it as low as possible, and then just heal our HP back. And then I'm on the polar opposite end, like. Somebody say Stoneflux Pauldron Transcendence and Personal Shield Generators? Anybody? Anybody going once, going twice? Everybody's like, I got 100 HP, and I'm like, cool, I have 10,000. Like,
I think
it's funny.
I think if you want to double your HP, Transcendence is better in every way. Even giving up, like over time healing.
I think both at the same time.
I don't know, dude, because again, the movement speed is too good. Having your movement speed can just straight up kill you. The only thing stopping you from basically instantly dying from picking this up is because your health is doubled. That's the only thing stopping you from instantly dying, and even then, it's just not fun.
That's the thing. That's still the up and down. And I also keep in mind, you love playing super fucking agile characters. When Loader came out, you were like, I love this character. They have the best movement in the game, bar none. And that was literally the only character that you played once Loader came out, really. You played Rex, like, periodically, but for the most part, you were just strictly Loader the whole time. Simply just because of mobility. I'm not surprised at all that an item that lowers your movement, you're like, this item's awful, I don't want to touch it, keep it away from me.
Even the thing is, like,
compels you.
I mean, the thing is, it sucks with Loader, but because, it removes your damage. But Loader and Accurate have it the best. Imagine picking this shit up on Captain. Imagine picking it up on Engineer or Artificer.
Yeah.
Imagine picking it up on characters that don't have mobility.
I heard characters I play. What item?
Stoneflux Pauldron. Double your health, half your movement speed.
No, I don't think it's worth it.
Holy shit, that almost blinded me.
Yeah.
If you pick it up on characters... I'm not saying that it's good on everybody or it's not good on anybody. Again, Busting Fungus, 1 tier up is in D, but if we're talking about Engineer, then suddenly it's going to be an S tier pick. This is a generalized tier list.
Yeah,
Where I'm
and
not
for
talking about any specific character. This item is bad. It is an F tier. We
and
are in
for
agreement on this.
and for general every character in the game, there's only 2 characters where it doesn't completely kill you, maybe 3. It's too bad. It's just too bad. I strictly think it is bar none the worst item in the game.
Again, everything in F tier is not organized. Everything in all the tiers are not organized. This F is the lowest tier that I have, though. It is
Bro,
in the
Goku
lowest
Junior
tier.
only in B? What the fuck? Hold up. Wait a minute.
What's only in B?
Goku Junior? What the hell?
I'll explain why later.
What the fuck? What do you mean? You're adding another NPC player character.
I was debating on putting it into A.
It
But anyway, just take it one tier at a time. I'll be done on F tier. You agree with everything
Holy
on F tier?
fuck. I went up to a lunar pool, was just like, fuck it, I have an extra gesture, hit it once, Iridian Portal.
20% chance.
Fucking pog.
please get out of here so I can stop hearing Railgunner's backpack.
Yeah, D tier. Agrees, disagrees.
Agreed.
I think just because Bungus can stack into Bungus, Bungus deserves to be in C tier.
Whenever you get to Wungus, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, I put Wungus in A tier, but Bungus by itself is D tier.
Well, it's like the same. It's hard to say in like by itself. Like, why is Chrono Bubble B?
Why is Chrono Bubble B? Because I am sponsored by Chrono Bubble.
Okay, but they're like separate items. I don't think you should move one up because of Wungus.
Well, and that
Like, you're not going to start off a run picking up all the Bungus that you find when you could be picking up Crick
Yeah, I mean,
Glasses
yeah,
because
like if you
could get a Wungus.
Yeah, of course. Like, if you have like a tri shop and it's like a Bungus, Crowbar, and Quick Glasses, if you're not playing Engineer, you're not picking it up. But the moment you get a Wungus, suddenly that becomes much more enticing because that's not a Bungus anymore. That's a Wungus.
Yeah, but that's the thing. At that point, I'm classifying it as a Wungus because all the Bungus get turned into Wungus. You're not picking up a Bungus to stay as a Bungus. You're picking up the Bungus to turn into a Wungus. Also, this sounds really fucking weird to say out loud.
Yeah. It's the same thing as Chrono Bubble. Chrono Bubble by itself, honestly, is not a good item. Like, the slow is, like, marginally helpful at best, useless at worst. Like, the only reason why, like, you would even consider picking up at least one of these things is because Deathmark exists. If Deathmark didn't exist, Chrono Bubble just straight up is garbage.
Again, I like Chrono Bubble more than I should. I think that it is better than people say it is. Same thing with the Bandolier. Most people would put Bandolier and Chrono Bubble in C tier, maybe even D tier. I put them both in B tier because I think that they both have uses that people are not fully expecting.
Bandolier, nobody respects, not even myself, but like...
Okay, that item is hella good on Engineer, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, can we move on to the next item?
Yes.
Okay, anyway, yes, D tier. So anything else in D tier that you don't agree with?
Yeah, Leeching Seed.
Leeching Seed only heals you for 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're rapidly attacking, it's pretty good.
Remember that thing we were talking about with the vending machine and Pocket ICBM?
Yes, I see that you're doing that right now. Good job.
It's also multiplied. It's also multiplied by your proc coefficient. So if, like, say you're firing with Multi's nail gun, you gain less than 1 HP per tick.
Does it?
I believe so. Yeah.
I thought it's just a flat. You heal 1 no matter how many times it hits.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Leeching Seed. Again, this is generalized.
I'm
always going to be saying this.
Okay, and in general, I would rate that higher.
Yeah, looking at the character list, there's a lot of characters that, even though their proc coefficient is not 1 on their basic attack. A lot of characters attack like multiple
Oh, it
times
is
for the basic.
multiplied by
Yeah.
coefficient.
And doesn't it
So
proc off DOTs too?
yeah, it would. Uh only say like loader, honestly, loader and maybe actually I don't even know what other characters other than like loader wouldn't like greatly benefit from. I say greatly, but like, you know,
Accurate.
marginally benefit. Accurate, I guess. Like aside from those two, every other character in the game has either a fast attack or like an attack that
Even
does multiple
artificial,
damage.
I would say, doesn't really benefit from. You have to get super close up with flamethrower in order to do it. Which puts you in danger range.
The ion bomb. Each one of those tendrils is a separate hit, and then the final explosion.
But okay, how many times do you think artificial would hit with the nano bomb? How many things do you think it would hit? As a rough guess, maybe 20?
Well, it's not even like I'm not talking about like the actual hit itself. I'm talking about
know, the
when you
tendrils.
throw it past the tendrils.
Yeah,
The
I know.
tendrils take a lot. Like when I'm playing Artificer, and I use the thing, I don't generally try to go for like. I mean, of course, I try to aim it at to hit the one thing, but I'm also trying to prioritize hitting the little the tendrils as much things as many things as I can, because those are proc chances. Those are those trigger things.
My biggest issue with Leeching Seed is the fact that the further on into a run it goes, just simply the worse it becomes.
I
Yeah,
Early
disagree.
game, yeah. Early game, Leeching Seed is amazing. But, like, every item early game is kind of amazing. But Leeching Seed scales really, really bad late game.
I disagree.
When you have 600, 700, 800 HP, healing 1 per hit is not useful. Like, when people talk about how
Okay,
good
but you're
Leeching
like
Seed
saying
is,
you're saying that
when
as
people
if
talk about
you're
how good it is, they talk about it on multi and commando. Those are the only 2 people I've ever heard people talk about how good Leeching Seed is on.
It's good. It's also good on. It's really good on Huntress because she has the lowest health in the game.
But I would still
It'd be really
again
good.
harvester sites.
It's also.
you like-
I mean, of course, you're comparing it to a strictly better item, and also Harvester Scythe, you need crit chance. And speaking of which, it's really nice on Railgunner, whose only crit chance is on her scope, getting 5 HP every quick shot. Yeah, that's nice, but again, as you said, later on into the run, 5 HP every crit chance, every headshot is not good. Being able to just hold down L1, mouse 1, ping 1,000 different things while barely even aiming, and actually be able to recover HP in a concise sort of way while you're waiting for your medkits to proc and all that stuff is incredibly valuable.
Well, maybe I'd put Leeching Seed in C. I'd bump it up 1. That's the most that I'd put up, though. I would never put it in B.
Yeah, no, it's not a B tier item at all. But it's not on the same level as Flesh, like at all. This item's Bison Steak should also be an F, honestly. It's not good. 25 HP is worthless. This is scrap fodder. Actually, you know what? It deserves to be in D because it can be scrapped. Everything in F can't even be scrapped.
Yeah.
You know what? There's its only... Yep, there we go. Same thing with Flashbang, actually. Now that I think about it, Flashbang completely worthless.
I mean, the flash is better now that you can actually stun Great Abyss, but yeah, for the most part, the stuns are not good. Like, you can't stun bosses, but you can stun basically every other mob in the game. Or basic enemies. If you had 100% stun, you could stun everything, perma-stun them. All of them. Which is actually pretty good. Nothing can hit you at that point, if you could just keep, like, swinging around fast enough to hit all of them. Again, meme, stupid, gimmicky, but it's not F tier, in my opinion.
Okay, so That
But
drone
anything else in D
consumable.
tier then?
What?
You-
What? Will, what the fuck is wrong with me? Griff.
So that usable item that summons the drones.
Back up.
Yes.
Yeah. Can that does spare parts work on it?
I
No.
believe it does not.
Okay. It can stay though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If
what's your grievances with Solace probes?
I put basically every single one of the items that give you an ally. The beetle, friend, the probes, the alpha construct, and god. Just because I would rather have different items in that tier.
Yeah.
Okay. I would
If I
move
had
them
any
up
yellow items,
since they draw
I would
aggro
swap out
away
any of
from you.
them for any of the items that I put up above.
Yeah. I mean, the Beetle Guard is, it's the Beetle. He runs around. Between Beetle Guard and the Souls probes, I mean, Beetle Guard is like super fucking tanky, but the probes. Well, the probes can't actually be taken over anymore, so that's a bonus.
Yeah, and same with the alpha constructs.
Yeah, Alpha Constructs, because you need to kill elites. Actually, the longer a run goes, the better that would be. But
You can only have 4 at most with +4 per stack.
mm, yeah, I think I put the probes maybe top of D, bottom of C, just because it's two things following you around that slowly kills things, but also pulls aggro off of you.
Yeah, that's really the only benefit that you get from them is that it takes aggro off you. But like again, that's the same thing as just buying a healing drone or a gunner drone or a missile drone or a incinerator drone or a fucking ahoy drone. Like
Oh,
ahoy. It's the same thing except it's an item. And the thing is, I would rather have an item to buff me
yeah, but
instead
you
of
can't
having.
scrap. You can't
Okay.
you can't scrap a drone.
C
That's
tier.
right. You
Go.
can't scrap a drone.
C tier, go.
No,
What?
disagree.
No, I mean let's go to C tier.
Oh, C tier. Okay. Yeah, C tier. Thoughts?
I don't take Milky Chrysalis enough to respect it at all.
Wait, you put the
Okay.
fang one at C tier? What the
I
fuck?
wouldn't put I wouldn't put Chrysalis or fruit in C tier.
Fruit is situational.
Or
it can
Red
be
Whip.
good.
Holy shit, I hate that item so much.
Maggie understands why C
No.
for Red Rip.
Now I am. It's possibly documented how much I used to hate Red Whip. I used to think it was the worst item in the game. Things have changed, not only because worse items have been added, but because my overall opinion on it has changed. The only good thing about Red Whip is, in downtime, just every now and then being like, oh, there's a skull. Here's another one. Oh, there's a third one. It doesn't
Yep.
have to be like amazing, like every tick, 18 skulls are flying out of my very beam. Just the fact that you picked up an item and now you just don't even need to pay any mind to it. You just have occasionally an extra source of damage. That's good. It's way better than fucking Headstoppers. Are you fucking kidding me? Same thing with, why is Headstoppers in C? This item sucks.
The lowest I put legendaries is C.
There's
No, that's just fucked up.
the
You can't just be like, oh, it's red. No lower than C.
You take no fall damage. You get extra jump, which makes it more difficult for enemies to hit you. And then if you really want
also
to,
makes
you have the ground explosion.
it also makes moving much more of a pain in the ass, especially if you're lacking a mobility. Because now like before it's just like I can kind of jump to like kind of increase my speed. Now it's just like whoa, going up and down so high, and my life sucks now, and I really wish I didn't take this item. Like it's just not good. the fact that it's in the same tier as brain stocks, and even on the same line, even if this shit is unordered, it's on the same line as
I don't know
brain
if you've
stocks.
noticed that the way that the
Honestly,
tier list works is it separates it in color and then it separates it
it's on the
by
same
expansion.
line, dude. That's
It's by
fucked up.
expansion.
That's fucked up, dude.
Shut up.
Brain stocks is way better than
Buy
this.
when it comes out.
What the scavenger doing?
What the scavenger doing? Brain stocks is like on some characters, brain stock like what was it railgunner? Brain stocks is a nothing item. But like on basically every other character, it's like, yeah, let me smash my fucking face into my keyboard to press all my abilities because I did the basic of things, that is kill an elite. Wonderful. I love pressing R forever with commando. Let's fucking go. Or with mercenary, I am constantly invincible. You can't even imagine me for these 5 seconds.
Zach, did you see the teleporter?
No, I'm not really watching the stream. I have it in the background.
Or Captain being able to just mash shift, or I guess right click, but his right click fucking sucks.
You opened my stream.
Acrid being able to spam his R, spam more right clicks and shit like that. Throwing out glaives left, right, and center, popping off with Desperado, just spamming right click with multi. I don't know what you'd smash your face in with Artificer. Plant Rex. Good lord, you know how much health you get by just spamming tangle growths everywhere?
Mash the shift button, push them
Also
away to
that.
the stratosphere.
Yeah, like brain stocks is not a C tier item. That is B tier at lowest. It's way better than it's way better than fucking head stompers. I'll tell you what.
The reason I put it in C is because it relies on you having to kill the elite. If it was like head stompers, you always get it. You always have no full damage. It's not like
here's
you
the thing,
kill an
like, what are you
elite
gonna...
and then you don't have full damage in the next 5 seconds.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, what are you gonna do? Not kill the elite? You're gonna kill the elite. Oh no, it's an overloading
It's bound to happen, but
it's an overloading beagle. Let me just... And also you can just plan your game plan around it, where it's just like, okay, there's an elite. Let me just toss out all my bullshit. Kill this thing. Awesome. Toss out more of my bullshit.
do you think that picking up a brain stock is going to be the difference between you winning a run and not losing a run?
Yes, for some characters, yes. Because
the way that I
again,
see it is if I'm struggling on damage, if I make it to the 4th stage and I'm not doing well, and then I save up for the legendary chest and I get it, and I find a fucking brain stock, I'm not happy. If I'm already struggling, brain stock is not going to be the difference between me suddenly being like, I'm fucking powerful now.
brain stocks.
I have better survivability. I feel more powerful. I'm tankier. I can do more stuff. It's like if I'm struggling to kill an elite, and then for the next 4 seconds I can do more damage. But then after those 4 seconds end, if I didn't kill another elite, I'm back to where I was 4 seconds ago.
Aside from like 2 characters, you get a gigantic boost of damage.
We'll be right back.
And for some characters, become completely invincible for 5 entire seconds while killing everything. Like in the flurry of I killed an elite, and especially later on in the game where everything is an elite, you basically have no cooldowns.
If you reach the point where you are so powerful that you can just kill everything with ease, having the brain stocks triggering isn't helping that.
Even like on loops, even on like the first loop on stage 3 loop 2, like you're not powerful enough that you're killing everything. But like the moment you like you still have to like actually click on things for like several seconds to be able to kill them, especially when a boss spawns as an elite. But say like just normal commando, you kill one elite on that run. Now you're pressing the R button, and all of your proc chains are just happening over and over and over again for 5 entire seconds what's this? This was a crit. Oh, now my predatory instincts sacks have maxed out. Cool, let me press R again because it's free, and now it's lasting even longer. Let me press it again because it's free. It's lasting even longer. Press it again. There's missiles. There's fucking ukuleles everywhere. It's all going crazy. I killed another elite in this fantastic thing from like across the map because of all this shit's happening. Let me press R again, and like it keeps going on and on and on just because you killed one elite on the first loop.
You know, I've come to the conclusion that the way you think, Zach, is baffling to me. And how you play the game.
Wow.
Because your mindset is so fucking different from mine.
I mean, that is why this is all subjective.
No,
And
my
that's why
tier list
tier
is
lists are
fact.
fucking horrible things and toxic. But
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah, if I made this tier list, laser scope would be S tier because it doubles my damage.
Exactly.
No, I think C or B is fine for laser scope.
We better hold our ground.
Seeing how we
It's-
skipped from everything from the first red line to the bottom one, you with everything else in there, for the most part.
I would put Tincture in B, but I'm biased. I love Tincture so
I
much.
also like Tincture a lot, but I also think that it's only C. Again,
Probably
I think
that-
Corpse Bloom is...
Corpse Bloom, it's bad. It's not awful. You pick up 2, you've ruined your run.
Yeah.
It's an unstackable item, which is
Like
really fucking bad.
I put it in D, but I also pick it up a lot.
I mean, I pick up
How
Brutal
about
Crown every
Tincture?
time I can.
Exactly. How far Tincture I put in C tier. I think that it is good. I don't think it's great. But like, if you have some razor wires on there, oh boy, you're popping off.
Yeah, I feel like in that case, like it's just,
But standalone by itself, you have no armor reduction, you don't have like godlike healing. Hellfire Tincture is not going to be like the best thing in the game. I'd rather
alright,
take
I
the
need
items above it.
you to tell me why Gobu Jr. I'm gonna press this button and get a second player, a copy of myself with all my items that has perfect accuracy. How is this
Honestly,
a B
honestly,
tier
it
item?
should be A tier. It should be.
Okay, I was going to say, like, how the fuck? There's no way you can look at Goku Jr. Okay, I get it. It's B tier because scavengers can have it, and now you have to deal with 2 scavengers. I
No,
get it.
my initial thought was strike drones, the backup, is B tier because it's literally just 4 fucking drones that don't even get inherited stuff. B tier for the Global Junior because again, 100-second cooldown to last for 30 seconds, so there's 70 seconds of dead time. And yes, you get a clone of yourself, it inherits your item, yada yada. But then you have 70 seconds of dead time, where you can't do anything with it unless you have to yourself. So let's not get into that.
Scorn aren't even close to being done with us.
So, I mean, if we're talking
Let's
about
get the jump
having
on them.
a million fuel cells, then I mean everything's fucking S tier except exec code, then it's somehow F tier. But anyway, Go Junior, just having one by yourself like that, you can use it for like the teleporter, it'll last for 30 seconds, and then you have a few seconds of just dead time.
Also, I want to point out, like, your thought process on, like, a major flaw in your thought process. For a lot of these items, you treat them as in a vacuum, and then you have, forgive me please in B tier, an item that, in a vacuum, is quite literally useless.
I guess the best answer that I can say for that is go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly, motherfucker.
But no, I put almost all of the kill on effect items in B tier. Almost all of them. Gasoline, Will-O-Wisp, Give Me Please, Bandolier, Infusion. All of these items figure on kill. And then even items above it, such as the ceremonial dagger, and whatchamacallit.
I'm looking at 4 on kill effects in C tier, man.
Yeah. But that basically all needs to Frost Relic. Then one of daggers, Frost Relic, both of those are on kill effects as well. Berserker's Pauldron is also kind of an on kill effect. Spellbound Catalyst, I mean, it's kind of stupid having it with Give Me Please if that's the only two items you have. But basically all of the on kill items are in C2. It would be stupid for me to put Forgive Me Please in a lower tier with having all of the on kill items. Higher tiers?
I'm just saying, like, D tier, like, Bungus being in D tier because, oh, Bungus is, like, useless on all characters but one. Oh, but if you pick up a Wungus, now no, those aren't Bunguses anymore. That's a Wungus. That's, like, that disconnected line of...
doesn't turn
Okay,
into...
but those are like
That
two different
disconnect-
items, Maggie.
No, listen, I'm
No.
saying it's because... No, let me explain. It's that it's a disconnected line of thinking where, like, you're treating as it in a vacuum, without looking at any other items, whereas Forgive Me Please, on its own, without looking at any other items, is also useless.
If I'm talking about it as if I'm talking about it as this is the first item you picked up in a game, how do you feel about it? Then this tier changes drastically.
He goes. Go, go, go.
But I'm talking about in a standard ass game. If you've been playing for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, run stage 4, stage 5, whatever, you make it to Mythics. Whatever items you would have at Mythics in a standard normal run without command, without sacrifice, typically, again, not guaranteed, but typically, you're going to have some items here that have on-kill effects. And that we have to Give Me Please with it.
Okay, so are you assessing these in a void or not? In a vacuum?
Yeah, that's my problem because
I'm not-
You're like
Bungus is in a
flip-flopping
void.
here.
Bungus is in a void, but Forgive Me Please is not in a void. Same thing with other items like Nikana's Opinion or items that are both in a void, rated in a void, and not in a void.
I don't know how to explain this. If I'm
Like,
starting
I
off
mean-
a run, if I'm starting off a run, Forgive Me Please is not being picked up because I do not have on-kill items. Later in a run, if I have on-kill items, I'm likely to pick up a Forgive Me Please at the same time that I would probably pick up like a Pomodo Cube or maybe like a Gnarled Woodthread or something. But if we're talking about like again the Nikana's Opinion or whatever, if I have a bunch of healing items and I'm fucking popping off, yeah, Nikana's Opinion's gonna be a bit better then. But I still think that I would rather have a different legendary tier item. That's the thing, a different legendary tier. I would fucking rather have Sentient Beat Hook or the fucking Sledgehammer or the Burnt Behemoth over Nikana's Opinion, even if I have a fuck ton of healing. And even then, in the B tier, I have with the other legendary items, I have Rejuvenating. I'd rather just have double my healing instead of doing damage because I'm healing. I would rather have more flat out survivability and do damage just because I'm healing.
If I'm popping off with healing, like I'm healing like 1,000 health per tick, I'd 100% take a Nikana's Opinion over Shatter Justice.
Yeah, if I'm dealing like a fuck ton of damage already,
Like how much I'm healing?
like
Yeah.
if I have so much healing that the redo back just becomes essentially useless, yeah, obviously I'm not gonna need it at that point. It just becomes useless, F tier. But generally, I would rather have a redo back over Nikana's Opinion with healing items. Because I'm not able to heal 50% of my HP in a matter of 2 clicks.
Also, I want to point out that you put armor piercing rounds in B2, even though you yourself said it sucks.
It's useless or useful against Mythics.
Scorn has been
But
done.
I'd rather have armor piercing
Until
rounds
next
over
time.
like a focus crystal on
Good
most
work,
characters, or a crowbar on most characters, or a monster tool on most characters, or a key on most characters.
I'd rather have crowbar than armor piercing rounds because crowbar works on every enemy. Armor piercing round works on the boss, which will be around for like at most a third of the entire time I'm on a stage.
Wait
Yeah.
a sec, you actually put... Oh my god. I skipped
one
this item
controversial
so
pick I know
much,
that
I'd
you're
put
gonna
it down
talk
on
about,
like
sure.
D.
What item?
Armor piercing rounds.
If it actually like did what it said, where like it actually pierces enemy armor, where you ignore like a couple points of armor,
Mhm.
oh, then, like, yeah, it'd be B. But seeing how it just does, yeah, you do a bit more damage to enemies with a red health bar. No.
Yeah, the way that
And
I
even,
see it is that it's a 20% damage buff to any teleporter boss or Mythrix or Void Link. That's why I put it there. The crowbar, yes, it works against all enemies for that first initial hit, but after that first initial hit, it becomes useless for the rest of the time that you're fighting it. That's why I put crowbar lower, is because of that reason alone. But on big burst characters like Artificer, Loader, and Railgunner, and special inclusion to Bandit, I guess, crowbar does become better then.
if I had
But
an option to take 10 armor piercing rounds or 10 broken watches, but I am at such a low HP value that I get sneezed on by a beetle, all of them would break. I take all the watches every single time. You could never convince me to take.
yeah, the broken or the delicate watch is also B tier for me.
Like the broken watch, even if it could shatter, even if it could literally become a useless item, it's more useful than the armor piercing rounds. Also, shape glass and B, hello.
That's
It
a
gets rid
bias.
of your one shot. That's why. It used to be S tier when you could keep your one shot protection, but now
Yeah,
that
no.
you don't get one shot protection, I put it in B.
No, this is still an A tier item, dude. Doubling your like, again, back to the percent health, the healing thing. Everything is either flat damage or percent healing. Percent healing changes nothing. Flat healing gets even better with this. Yeah, you can just like kind of.
I could still see it as an A.
You just kind of.
I could see shape glass and delicate watch both as A's, but I put them in B's.
You just kind of die sometimes, but like you know that when picking it up, like you take that risk. Like it's 100% worth just sometimes dying to literally double your damage. Oh no! Don't hold on. Wait, fucking. I just realized something that I had. Don't fucking. Oh no!
What?
I had to go to the bank for the lady I'm helping, and she's with TD, and TD is a piece of fucking shit. And goddamn closes their ATMs when the branch closes. They lock the fucking doors. Don't you goddamn tell me that this fucking when does it close? When does it?
They have
goddamn...
outdoor things sometimes. The outdoor ATMs.
This one's open till 8, and it's the one I'm going to. Thank fucking God. I don't know if there's any outdoor ATMs that are close to me.
I mean, like the building that's near me, it has an outdoor ATM. Like,
Yeah,
on the building.
Like the two closest to me, it's like you walk in, here's the ATMs, then there's another door to walk into the rest of the bank. For some reason, they just close the front fucking doors. They lock them up. Piece of shit. Really annoying.
Anyway, you have time.
I do have time. I just thought like, oh no, I just looked at the time like, oh god, don't tell me it's fucking like it closes at like 6 or some dumb shit.
It's not the weekend. Is there any other items in B tier that we want to talk about?
No.
Yeah, Woodland Sprite. Why is it B tier?
Super short cooldown, passive healing, and then you can click it for a small, like 10% of your HP healing. Or is it like 10% or 20%? It's a decent amount of healing on a 15-second cooldown.
Yeah, it's actually not. It's not bad. It's very much not bad. I'd put it in B.
Like if you have that plus a Warhorn, you can just every 15 seconds keep giving yourself a 70% attack speed boost.
How much is the continuously heals the holder for 1.5% of the maximum health per second, unless it is sent to an ally. Can be sent to an ally to heal them for 10% of the maximum health, and you can do that on yourself with a 15-second cooldown. This is just like a incredibly solid.
Yeah.
Like this is if you have no healing, this is a solid replacement for lots of healing items. Until like shit starts getting It
Not,
can
not
hold.
to mention though as well quickly, if you have a single fuel cell, you can click it, and because you still have one active, or like still one usable. Not only do you get the 10% healing from using it, but then you also still keep the 1.5 healing over time.
It's very not bad.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was gonna ask why beads are in here, but they're literally it's the same reason why the common items in D tier aren't in F tier. They can be scrapped. Or in this
Yeah.
case, put into the tire without completely changing your run.
Yeah. I was debating on putting an S as a meme, but I decided not to. Yeah, A tier.
I hold no respect for I don't remember what it's called. It's the snowflake. I don't remember the actual item
Frost
name.
Relic.
Frost Relic. I hold no respect for this item. Maybe it's better now.
What?
It was just kind of like bad before. Like it's now
They
that it's like a
changed it completely, so it's decent.
now it's like a dome, which is probably better. But like I still have to work off that stigma of like this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
That's what's been carrying me this run.
I'd put the
does a
rocket launcher,
ton of damage.
the Aeon, and the money machine gun. I probably like C tier.
D tier.
Yeah.
Prion, the others maybe disposable missile launcher anywhere lower than A. What are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, disposable missile launcher hits 12 times for 300% damage. Each one of them could crit, giving you bonuses from that. They each have their own proc chance. I think it's a 1-to-1 proc chance as well, so that's cool. It's honestly just pretty solid. The pre-con is similar to what we talked about with Artificer with the pendulums, except on crack.
Yeah, I mean it's the BFG.
Yeah. The downside, it's a 2.5-minute cooldown.
It's literally called It's literally called BFG in the thing.
Yeah, it's the big fucking gun. But again, like I can't put it S tier, even though it's 4,000% damage, with the tendrils doing a fuck ton of damage, just because super long cooldown, and in the grand scheme of things, 4,000 damage on a 2.5-minute cooldown is not a lot. But if there's a group of enemies and you want them dead, this does it. And Crowdfunder. So Crowdfunder is one of those items that you either think it is fantastic or you think that is awful. I think it's fantastic because once you start your loop, Crowdfunder becomes one of the best items in the game because you have too much money, you're not really spending all of it, and Crowdfunder is a 1-to-1 proc chance.
Unless you have Tonic.
I mean, again, Tonic is a completely different item, Will.
We won't let them take it.
Crowdfunder is a 1-to-1 proc chance, and it fucking rapid fires. Like, imagine having Commando's R all the time.
No, I mean, like, command, what's it called?
The Affliction?
No, yeah, the Affliction. You just get afflicted into the moon.
I don't think Affliction decreases your luck.
No, but I'm saying that if you traded off the Tonic for the Crowdfunder, you just get a shit ton of Affliction.
Yes, but once you have Tonic, you don't get rid of Tonic.
Yeah, Tonic is an all or nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
what?
Will, no, in that case, War Capacitor and the Trihorn thing, the only two equipment that I actually have in S tier, those are both F tier, because if you have a Tonic, it's bad to pick them up because you have Tonic.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, speaking of which,
you get-
Tonic F tier, because it can give you debuffs if you switch it off or something.
Oh, you're so true!
Every equipment is now F tier. Thanks,
Oh,
Will.
you're so true.
Tonic is so... Oh.
Yeah, it gives you debuffs. It permanently debuffs you, dude. It can take away your one-shot protection. It's a bad item.
I think this is the end of the run. I accidentally hit an equipment drone.
You what?
I hit an equipment drone.
When he had
Oh no. Hey, it's the thing we were talking about.
Just what we were talking about. I was distracted talking to you guys. I saw a drone on the ground. I just hit it. I saw equipment last second, and I was like, oh no.
F tier. You just proved it right here, right now.
If I die. Wait, I only have 3 affliction, actually. It's not
That's
that bad.
that's not
Lucky.
horrible. That's
Anyway,
not-
I do have 3 shaped glass, though.
I'd say everything else in here is well worth the spot.
okay. I'm glad that you agree with everything with me there. I'm surprised the Benthic Bloom.
Like as
not
much as
that.
I mean, it gives
Please give me.
it eventually, as long as you only have the one,
Close to being done with us. Let's
maybe
get the jump on
two.
But you and I both
It's-
know that it's gonna snowball.
Yeah, as long
Hey,
as
Maggie. Zach, should I do
What?
this?
It's working.
yes.
Keep shooting
Yes, you
those
have so many
sparks.
items that it's not gonna completely fucking ruin the run.
As long as you get lucky with RNGs and you don't get many more benthic blooms, you are steadily just building up to more and more powerful legendaries. But the moment you get more, and every single stage, you're transforming 15 items.
Yeah, the train doesn't end.
No, 13 times 3.
Yeah, like then when it's just like what's a build? I just have legendaries.
Yeah. Okay.
In that case, actually, void items and lunar items become so much more powerful because it's I can keep them.
Yeah, exactly. Now you understand. Now you're thinking with portals.
Honestly, I don't think we have the right. Oh, you don't have the right. You don't have the right. Oh, you don't have the right to put the cell phone in A tier because none of us have been able to play with it. That is purely speculative, and how dare you, honestly?
Wait, how come we can't play with cell phone?
Because it was
Big fog until today.
I
Yeah, it was-
confirm that it drops.
yes, it was. We have all gotten it.
The reason that I put in A is literally just because it gives you a reason to have the rockets and squid bulbs, possibly,
Should have done
and the
before.
ultra heal.
Oh, I just realized it's a fucking cell phone made out of a goddamn shitty cell phone can or soda can.
I don't think I can. I don't think my drones will just deal with everything.
Yeah, besides that, A tier good, move to S tier.
A tier good, S tier. Let's see. Damage vulnerability. In universal increased damage, universal movement, increased damage, wow, look at that. These are all like good items. Wow.
Roll of Pennies is the only one that I had a feeling people may have had like a controversial pick on, and also maybe the Opal.
Opal too good. There's no way it's just like every 7 seconds you take half damage. At worst, there's no way.
He goes. Go, go,
Yeah,
go.
and Roll of Pennies.
Especially if with roll of penny, it's just free money. Literally free money for doing nothing. And like as you can see, oh man, it's a pizza man. I have a, oh that's so sad. There's a blazing enemy walking at me, and I have a repulsive armor plate and a roll of pennies. Oh no, I have $1 million now.
Yeah, that's why I put it in S tier. I'm glad that you are not like, no, it's only an A tier item. You don't have to take damage. Blah, blah. No, each instance of damage, you get money.
Like I know it's just for the most part it's like just don't take damage for it, but like this makes taking
Yes.
damage so good. I mean, there's a reason why this is up here and Brittle Crown is down where it is.
Yeah.
Ego took my only void flame. Oh wait, no, I have one more.
Opal too good. Shattered Spleen is, I can't believe Shattered Spleen is an item that exists in this game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. This is a real fucking item.
We live in a society.
Also, I think Ceremonial Daggers should be in S tier because it gets to a point where it's the Ceremonial Daggers is playing the game, not you.
Oh wait, Ego took a bloom.
Oh my god.
Lucky you. The reason that I put Ceremonial Daggers in A instead of S is only because it is base damage. That's the issue. It eventually gets to a point where it's not actually killing things, it's just helping a tiny bit. But early game, no, it plays the game for you. And if you play with swarms, same thing. But I also admit it does proc chains.
Yeah.
Again, that's why it's an A tier. It's an on-kill item, so it won't do anything just by itself. As
That's a
you're
one.
trying to kill something.
That's a 1.0 proc chance, dude.
Yeah, and it shoots out 3 daggers.
Yeah,
So-
nah, that's definitely an S tier item. Even if it's not killing, it's doing proc chains.
Oh, I'm safe. I just picked up an opal. I'm safe for life.
But Maggie, like again, also same thing with the frost relic. The frost relic, I think, is like a maybe 0.5 proc chance or something.
Does it actually
That's
have
the
a
foil.
proc chance?
Wait, why am I afraid of dying? I have 12 Dios.
Yeah, why
Oh,
are
no,
you
I have
having- Frost relic.
It does have a
is-
0.2 coefficient. What the hell?
Yeah, and it does damage every 0.25 seconds to all enemies inside of it, and also slows them, which also would stack with the corner bobble. Again, like, I know I'm going back to the corner bobble, but the fact that everything does it, and corner bobble is its own unique slow, so it's stacked with other slows. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. The real reason why that's good is
Oh my
because of Death Mark.
God.
That's the only reason why I play Chrono Marble any mind. Is
Even
Death Mark.
before Frost Relic came out, I still thought, not Frost Relic, even before Deathmark came out, I still thought Corner Bobble was decent.
Yeah, because you're the only one who thought that. If it slowed down attack animations too, then it'd be better. But seeing how it's just movement speed, no.
The only good thing the old Chrono Bubble did
Wait a minute, hold on a minute.
was that it applied
What,
a
Maggie?
stack.
This tier list is bullshit. What the fuck do you mean Chrono Bobble is in B tier, but Deathmark is in C? What the fuck do you mean? This is incorrect and you fucking know it.
No, I did this on purpose.
There is no fucking way. A
No
bold
shot.
shitty. There is no
How-
fucking
how-
way.
How often are you actually able to get all of the different types of crowd control that you need, all the different debuffs, to get a Deathmark in a single run?
Super often.
Honestly,
Without
yeah.
just like
Like,
looping a
Oh
million
my
times.
God.
I mean, even like the
no,
first.
please. No.
Oh. Well, there's one.
Yeah.
There goes all your watches and flasks.
I didn't have any.
Okay. Like even
I
after the
see.
first loop, you probably have at least a tri-tip or two. Gasoline or slash will o' the wisp,
Please.
gasoline, will o' the wisp, or Kajaro's
Wilderness
band.
does not give.
Well, gasoline or Kajaro's band.
The Draw Band
Or-
doesn't either. Runolf does.
What the fuck? Well, still, that's two. That's two right there.
Gasoline,
No, no, no,
magma, proliferator thing. Those two both give burn. Obviously, if you have bigger vultures, then you can only.
Chrono Bobble. That's your lovely Chrono Bobble. That's a guaranteed third without any types of proc chances, whatever. And then,
I'm
fucking
literally not fast enough to outrun the jailer's bubbles.
off the top of my head, I can't think of like a fourth common one that you pick up. But there are many characters that
Most
have
characters
just
start with
up-
one slow.
a built-in like thing, a built-in debuff. Like
most characters get one, maybe
so you
two.
really you just need 3 for most characters.
Oh,
Bandit-
please.
Bandit, you need 3. Artificer, you need less than 3. Mercenary, you only need 3. Rex, you need
Less
2.
than 3.
Acrid, you
3.
need. Acrid, you only need 3.
See, my issue with it is that you need 3 and the death mark. So you need 4 items. And if you get something like the tri-tips, as we mentioned before, how many tri-tips do you think it's going to take to get a consistent bleed on the enemy?
All
in
it
order
needs.
to trigger?
all
It's
it
a 1 in
needs
10
is-
chance by 1 bleed. And then let's say that you have an item that's not another 100%. I don't know which one it would be off the top of my head right now. But like, if there's another item that's not 100% chance of doing the bleeds, or not bleeds, but like the thing, or like gasoline. If we're gonna use gasoline as an example, you have to kill something else, and then you have to bleed the enemy while that thing is still burning, while having the death mark, while putting your other debuff on it, and then while having something else. Maybe it's a Shattering Justice, maybe it's the Scorpion thing, the symbiotic.
It's a lot of hoops to jump through, but once you get it, it's an incredibly powerful effect that is always better than an enemy moves 25% slower.
Again,
It's the Chrono Bobble. It's such
it's
a weak
just-
ability. The best part about Chrono Bobble is that it's a guaranteed debuff. That's
yeah,
the
the
only
guaranteed
good thing.
slow that's stacked with other slowings.
It doesn't. It's why is slow so good?
Keeps the enemies
You
away from you.
You outrun most enemies. Like very little enemies just by default are faster than you. And especially seeing how you can stack movement items, and if you're getting run where you're being overrun by enemies, if you don't have movement items, slow isn't gonna help you. You're still gonna be fucked.
Mm.
Just because you can move, just because the Elder Lemurian that's hounding you moves 25% slower doesn't for 5 seconds doesn't mean
Chrono
it's
Bobble 60% slow, if I remember correct.
60% slow. Just because it's moving a bit slower doesn't mean it's better than an item that, while it is difficult to get off, it doesn't mean it's better than fucking Brain Stalks. Are you kidding me? Chrono Bobble is slowing an enemy is nowhere near better than infinite zero cooldowns. It's not better than that in any
0.5.
world. Its abilities take at least half a second to do. It's infinite cooldowns.
Yeah, it's a half-second cooldown with brain stocks on all
As
of
many
abilities.
times. As many times you want. There's no
As many times as you can do it within a 4-second period, and
yeah.
then nothing
there's no
again for the 4 seconds afterwards.
there's no way Chrono Bobble is better than honestly most of the items in C tier. You overvalue slow way too much. Again, if it slowed down animations, sure, but like, what is survivors? Do all survivors share the same base movement speed? No, they do not. Yes, they do. Heretic is the only one that has an 8 meter per second
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, they all have the same.
Hey, Scorn, they're coming your way.
There are a lot of fast monsters in this game,
Steps like
but
drums, I tell you.
let's
They'll
see,
be on you in
speed.
no time. Protect the wellspring.
The Scorn are ravenous for the
The
wellspring.
Golem, the Void Devastator, the Roller Mines, Clay Doomstrider, Grove Tender, Probes, Hermit Crabs, Imps, Brass Contraptions, Jellyfish, Parents, Gup, Imp Overlord,
Gup.
Lemurian, Gup! Blind Vermin, Void Infestor, Mithrix, the Beetle Guard, Luna Chimera, Wisp, the Worms, Boiling, and Z Constructs are the only enemies in the game that are actually faster than you. And of all these enemies, the Luna Chimera, Void Devastator, and Roller Mines are slightly faster than you. Clay Dune Strider is just really big. The Soulless Probe, yeah, this thing's fast, but like it hits you from way too far. Hermit Crab is in place the entire time. Imps can teleport. Brass Contraptions, they're flying. Jellyfish, they're flying. Parents, they can teleport. Same with the Imp Overlords. Blind Vermin are just fast.
Wait, does this lead to the crab?
The Purple Portal?
The void fields.
Void Fields, there is a deep purple portal. If you beat it.
Can I just loop?
You can go in there once and then choose to either continue with the rest of the run or into the purple portal.
Yeah, Maggie. I'm not disagreeing that Death Mark is a very powerful item, but I put it as low as it is because it needs so much in order to become useful. If you don't have literally every single thing, it's literally useless. It is.
I'd honestly
It's scrap
Yeah.
at that point.
slow. I'd say slow is the same thing. Like there's very little.
Slow is doing something. The
It's
moment you
doing
get it, it's
barely nothing though. There's so many. There's the enemies that are faster than you are either barely moving, or they're fucking flying, or they're literally teleporting, or they're Mithrix.
You can slow Mythics though as well, and it helps to fight him.
It's
What about
of
actually
all
helps in the Mythics fight though?
of all the debuffs in the game, slow is the most useless.
Wait,
It's
where
the
did drones go?
Aren't even
Like,
close to being
just
So
to
in-
read, just
Let's
to
get the
quickly read
jump
off
on
the
them.
debuffs, we have Ignite, which is by Artificers, Flame Bolt or Flamethrower, Gasoline, Molten Proliferator, and the Molotov. So if you have Gasoline, Molten Proliferator, or Molotov, we're gonna probably just assume Gasoline or Molotov because Molten Proliferator is going to be.
I
kind
want
of
you to
there to
explain to
get-
me how a 60% slow on enemies
It's working.
is better
Shooting those
than
cruxes.
I have just accidentally killed an elite and now I no longer have cooldowns. How is that better?
As far as green items are concerned, I'm comparing it to other green items. I'm not comparing it to all items.
I mean, this is a tier list with all items. This isn't a green tier list.
I'm saying
Even
that
a-
I'd rather have a different red item than brain stocks.
I'd rather have a different green item than Chrono Bubble. I'd rather have
There you go. That's it.
I'd rather have a
Just
red
be
whip
honest.
than Chrono Bubble. Red whip directly affects me and not. Red whip directly affects me. I'd rather have Hunter's Harpoon. I'd rather have honestly every green item below Chrono Bubble. I'd rather have it. And I'd rather have every item in the same tier as it, and I'd rather have every item above it. Slow.
What about squid?
Squid polyp. Okay, you bring up a brilliant point. I wouldn't want to have squid polyp over Chrono Bubble.
Unless
You are
you
correct.
have the remote caffeinator.
No, that's still bad.
Wow.
It's not a good item. Actually, wait, where is it in the? Oh, it's all there. It is. It's the old icon. There. It is. No, I'd rather have most green items over Chrono Bubble. The only good thing about Chrono Bubble is that it gives not because slow is incredibly powerful, but because it's a debuff. That's the only good thing about it.
Yeah.
There's no way.
With me comparing it to like a
Oh,
wax
great.
swale, which I have both in
They're
the same
sending
tier.
their best.
Both
I'd rather
objects
have
are going to help you get away from the opponent. The Chrono Bubble will help toward the death mark. It will stack in other slows.
A Chrono Bubble, just because an Outlet Marine is slow doesn't mean. Just because a Outlet Marine is walking 60% slower doesn't mean its projectiles are 60% slower. It's not
Yeah.
as. It's still not easier to dodge.
Chaos in a bottle is F tier. I fucking hate the volcano shit. It's so annoying. Oh my god.
Yeah, it doesn't slow the projectiles. That's like, again, the one downside there with the Chrono Bubble. The projectiles are slower. But the character itself is slower, which still in turn lets you escape around a wall faster.
The
Wax Square will do the same thing.
Wax Squirrel not only does the same thing, but it also lets you explore get around the actual map faster, which allows you to get more items, to find a teleporter, to leave the stage faster, to keep the time down. Slowing down an enemy does not let you do any of that.
Again, that's why I have them both at the same tier, because they both have their ups and downs in that regard. By themselves, they both do what they're supposed to do effectively.
Slow still isn't worth it, in my opinion, at all. And also, if you're comparing, if this is a tier list of every item in the game. This isn't a tier list of like just greens and stuff. So it's comparing. By having an item in D tier, you're saying that this item is better than the items in C tier. Not just in the same rarity, just in general.
It's just kind of just doing it as like I would rather have these red items over these red items, these green ones over these blue ones, these white ones over these white ones.
Well, then this tier list is false advertisement then.
Do you want me to make 3 separate tier lists?
No, I want you to make 5 separate tier lists because that's how many tiers. No, 6
God.
separate tier lists. One for common, one for rare, one for legendaries, one for boss, one for equipment, one for lunar, and also I meant 7. One for void.
Wow.
If they're gonna be treated like that, I want 7 tier lists.
No.
Exactly. So I'm going to look at these items and I'm going to say that you think Chrono Bubble is better than Brain Stocks. And in fact, I'm going to at Carl right now and Chris. At Carl, at Chris, at Chris, at Harry even. Zach thinks that Chrono Bobble is better than Brain Stocks. He said it directly to me. He is in love with Chrono Bobble.
In love with the cocoa.
Put it in B tier while putting Brain Stocks in C tier. Can you believe this man? I think he should have to pay us money for his bad opinions.
Yes.
Last man lies. Look at his tier list. It's right there. It's right now sitting in the chat. It's right now sitting in the chat.
I have to go eat. I'll be RB.
Okay.
I fucked up so bad. I know he had shit taste when media was at the bottom. Yes. Putting the opinion in C tier is when Wungus exists. Thank you for your opinion. Putting money in C tier. Also. Hello? No, that's not what the word I'm trying to... I can't wait for Carl to get back and start yelling at you too. This guy. Look, you can't just say, well, once you have a Wungus, all of a Bungus you see are now a Wungus. Of course,
Good times. Good
that you don't do that.
Oh, be fun.
Also, just gonna throw this out there. If you have a natural slow built into your kit, like Arrow Rain or fucking moving turrets, or Void Fiend basic, stacking it with the corner bubble makes the enemy slow by 0.3 or 70% slow.
Man, you overvalue slow so much. If it slowed the attack animations, it would be better. But just slowing movement speed does not make it B tier at all.
With me, it's like a partial root almost.
No.
If the enemy can't really get to you, then
Honestly, like
they're easier to hit. Like
honestly, even root, like it's strong. It's kind of lopsided. Like, yeah, the enemy's staying in enemies getting locked in place. Yeah, that's nice. You getting locked in place? I wanna die. Like, it's kind of a lopsided thing. I don't know how much I value root. Even on railgunner. Maybe it's because I'm a god gamer and I can hit those shots.
yeah, like the only things that you can, or the few things that you can get for debuffs are Needle Tick Collapse, Permanent Armor Reduction, Symbiotic Scorpion, which I mean at that point you're looking at a legendary and a specific void item. Ruin, so Essence of Heresy, replacing whatever your R is. Lunar Root from Hooks of Heresy, but really, who the fuck uses Hook of Heresy for the root? So at the bottom of the list. 80% slow from Runal Band or Frost Relic or becoming an elite. Corner Bobble, 60% slow. 50% slow from Void Fiend, Arrow Rain on Huntress or Moving Turrets. If you have Mired Urn, you can get another 50% slow from Tur. Weak from Rex. Cripple from Effigy of Grief, or Perfected Elite, with like Wake of Vultures or whatever. Shattering Justice. Expose. Hellfire Tincture actually is a debuff. Poison or Blight. Hemorrhage, Bleed, and Burns. Burn/Ignite. It's literally the exact same. Yeah, like a lot of the items are either difficult to pull off or difficult to get.
listen here, motherfucker. Brittle Crown is better than what people give it credit for. People are just like, oh, it gives you 1 cent a 30% chance to give you one. It gives you 1 entire penny. Nah, that shit scales with your level. The longer you, the longer the run goes, the more money you're gonna be getting off of each and every hit. Yeah, you get hit and you lose a bunch of money. That sucks. But you still go positive off of a blood shrine. Things change the moment you pick up a shaped glass, though, or you get any sort of like health reduction. In which case, it starts to be bad. It's not great, but not nearly as bad.
One time I want to try doing a run with like stacking Mercurial Arachnus. 50% damage buff to everything in the AoE, and it grows in size the more of them that you have. That sounds like it could be interesting. Again, I'm not saying it's a good item. I put it in fucking F tier because being able to buff your opponents is stupid, but it could be funny. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go downstairs because my uncle is starting to cook food now, and I'm gonna watch Wooly heal this video and pair it with my own.
You wanna watch Wooly's tier list? See, he puts Chrono Bobble at bottom of C and just fucking just.
He's on.
But slow is so good though.
He's probably gonna put it D. Honestly, again,
The-
I know that Chrono Bobble is one of those items that I put higher than everybody else.
It's
But-
the best part about it is because it's a guaranteed debuff.
Yeah.
The only good part about it.
But that's why I put it C instead of D. It's like guaranteed.
No, you put it B instead of C. Let's you're changing history, Bucko. Don't fucking think you can take off your clown shoes by just rewriting history here, motherfucker. No, you put those fucking things back on. You put that shit in B tier.
Did I put it in B?
Yes, you put it in B. We had an entire conversation about how you put Chrono Bobble in B tier and fucking Brainstalks in C.
Oh, well, regardless. I stand by what I said.
You fucking clown shoes, motherfucker.
Yeah, B or C. I still put it
Yes.
higher up on the list, though.
It's no higher than C. And even then, that's a stretch.
I think it's
You're crazy. You're insane.
underrated.
It's rated exactly as it needs to be.
You know. So, in regards to my own tier list, it is exactly where it's meant to be. Anyway, I will talk to you later.
Bye bye.
I'll be back probably same time, like 11, 10:30, 11.
Bye-bye.
And we can play some more. Bye bye. Also, I guess we can start doing sacrifice runs because now we can get void items.
Yeah.
Yeah, without mods. Woo. Yeah. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm putting all this in a video so we have it on tape forever.
Of all of us just clowning on it.
Yeah. What a fucking clown.
Slow is not that good at all. It's just not. It's not a substitute for movement speed.
I hurt myself today.
Looking at Zach's bad opinions.
No, I hit my fucking toe. No, but Zach has bad trash opinions though on items.
Fucking tried to rewrite history, so you put Chrono Bubble in C tier. Oh my god. Unbelievable.
We've cleared the place of Scorn, Finch.
Oh, nice. That's rad. Thanks for taking care of that. I'll monitor in case they return. I don't know what the throne world would do without you.
How's he gonna put fireworks in D tier? What the fuck? Imagine 50,000 fireworks hitting your enemies.
Exactly.
I don't think I put Stealth Kit in D tier either.
I don't value Stealth Kit.
Yeah, it's fucking worthless.
I like having at least one of it for what it can do sometimes, and that's about it. Because it saved me a couple times, and that's about it. Having more is a little awful, but I
How
don't
does
think
it
it's that bad.
How does it even stack? Old War. Stealth Recharges every 30 seconds. Minus, and that gets halved every. With every sec. Okay.
I think Carl fell asleep again. I wonder how long the first aid course went on for.